guys, welcome back to Wendell Fishing. Darren here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a DIY fishing marker buoy really easy, really cheap. Alright, let's do this. Alright, and I love these things for a variety of reasons. And the beauty of it is that you're able to key in on those sweet spots, that structure at the bottom of the water, that brush pile that just keeps producing fish, or that maybe that ledge. It may only be 10 inches, but man, that's where the fish are. And when you find that sweet spot, you throw this bad boy out there, you mark the waypoint, and you got a fishing spot for life. Now, there's a few ways to use marker buoys before we hop into how to build it. Just don't think of marker buoys as something, when you throw it in there, you want to fish around it. A lot of times you might want to make 4 or 5 of these things, and you might be marking like a sweet honey hole. So you throw 5 of these in like in a circle, and you come back 10 minutes later and you know you want to fish inside of it, so you can kind of create your own geofence. Another tip is I wouldn't necessarily use these. There's a ton of people in the water. You're going to grab a ton of attention by throwing these in the water. The way I like to use this, I fish in very clear water sometimes, kind of shallow, and a lot of times I'll come up on fish, I'll spook them, and so what I'll do is I'll just throw this marker buoy in and go someplace else for 10 to 15 minutes, then come back to the spot. I know exactly where it's at because this thing is still floating there. I mean, the reality of this thing is these aren't that expensive to buy, but I was in Walmart and I saw 2 of them for $18, and I thought to myself, that's ridiculous. I can make these myself. The first thing you're gonna need is a pool noodle. I got this at a thrift store for 25 cents. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut this down to about 5 inches. Now you can do it in a variety of ways. You can use a carpenter's knife. I particularly like the hacksaw. I believe it makes a really nice, clean, level cut. Next thing you're gonna need is some nylon cord. Now, if you were to buy these marker buoys at Walmart, they're gonna come standard with 75 feet of nylon cord. Now, that might be way too much for you. I know here in the great state of Ohio, lakes don't really get deeper than around 30, 35 feet. So I'll probably have around 45, 50 feet on. And what you'll notice, if you wrap nylon cord around one of these guys, about 2 wraps is about 1 foot. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, next we're gonna need some type of weight to put on the end of this. Now it could be anything. I do a lot of catfishing, so I have a ton of these types of weights. And so I recommend something around the 2-ounce mark. This could be a large bolt that you have. It could be a variety of things, but I like these, they're really nice. I also like these really nice because they fit right in the middle of the pool noodle when you do for storage. I'll show you how that all plays out at the end. I also like to, especially nylon cord, just kind of keep it from fraying. Just melt the end. Good to go. Now, once again, if you're gonna buy one of these from Walmart, now granted they're a different design, these weights are around 6 ounces, but for this design, you'll need a 2-ounce weight. As you know, once you throw this in, it's gonna start unraveling. This is gonna sink to the bottom, this is gonna stay on top. Now, the problem is, once this hits the bottom of the lake, unless you have a counterweight sunk into your pool noodle, it's just gonna keep on unraveling and floating away. So what I recommend is you can do this in a variety of ways. This is kind of like the poor man's version of the marker float. So kind of use the things around the house. The first way is, if you have any of these clamps, 3 inches, this would be perfect because you can just tighten them up around the edge of the pool noodle, and then this screw acts as the counterweight. All right, my second option, which is my second favorite, is that you can just take any heavy nail and just sink them right through the pool noodle. If you want to make sure they don't come out, you can put a little super glue on there and just shove them in there. Kind of put 2 on this side, flip over to this side, make sure it lines up. 2 nails right here, and just drop 2 right there, creating your counterweights. And my number 1 option that I like is screws. And I like the screws because you don't have to worry about them falling out, even though the nails likely are not going to fall out either. And just because they're threaded, just go ahead and sink them in. Do it on both sides. And the last thing I like to do is I like to make a black mark just like that. Then take a carpenter's knife and cut out maybe a 1/4 of an inch down. The reason I like to do that is really for storage, because these hanging around are eventually just going to unravel. So what I like to do, and it makes it really easy to find where that cut is make a mark, make the cut, run your string right in there, and then drop your weight right in the middle. And there you have a nice compact DIY marker buoy for your next fishing trip. Hey, if this video brought you value, please hit that sub bell and like button, and I will keep them coming. Hey guys, thanks for watching. All right, see ya.